Hello everybody, it's John Johnston with Corn Nation. Here for a prediction for the Nebraska-Michigan State game 2021. Sparty comes into this game 3-0 and ranked. That's kind of surprising. In fact, I'd have to say the Spartans are the most surprising team in the Big Ten. You could you could say Iowa, being ranked fifth at all, but I fully expect Iowa to kind of that's as good as they're going to be this year, and then just going to fade off. So what's going to happen with Nebraska and Michigan State? Nebraska went out last week, and their defense did well enough against Oklahoma to break a 65-game streak of Oklahoma scoring 27 points or more. I think that says something about the Nebraska defense. And coming into this game, we're going to see a Michigan State offense that isn't your typical Mark D'Antonio, be happy to win 12-10 kind of thing. Because the Michigan State Spartans actually look like they have a decent offense that can score some points. Now, has Michigan State actually faced a decent defense this season? They're 3-0. They beat up Northwestern, the 74th ranked scoring defense in the nation. They beat up Youngstown State, which they're a division lower, and then we really don't count them. And they beat the hell out of Miami, who has the 113th scoring defense in the nation. So no, they really haven't faced a good defense yet this year. They have Payton Thorne, who has thrown 9 passing touchdowns with no interceptions. Pretty surprising guy this year. And Kenneth Walker, who is, I believe, one of the best running backs in the nation, has the highest 164 yards a game. But again, they really haven't faced any defenses. On the other hand, Nebraska's defense hasn't actually been very stout against the run, giving up over 4 yards a carry, 81st nationally. So this really is, when you look at that, you're wondering, okay, how is Nebraska's defense going to play against Michigan State's offense? And then you look at the other way around. Nebraska's offense versus Michigan State's defense. Michigan State has played decently against the run, but their pass defense is like 108th. So they can be had. And Nebraska's passing offense is, as we've seen, can put up some big plays. And that's really, I think, last week I said the big battle in the game was going to be Nebraska defense versus Oklahoma's offense. This game, I think, is really going to be Nebraska's offense versus Michigan State's defense. I think it's pretty even. It's going to be a fun game to watch. I think both teams are going to score some points. But Sparty is going to have to come into this game, and they're going to have to play soft. They're going to have to make sure that their secondary doesn't give up big plays. They don't want to be seeing Samurai Torre running loose down the field on a fly route or something, and Martinez throwing the ball over everybody's heads. That's what Michigan State wants to defend against. So they're going to give up the underneath stuff. They're going to give up the swing passes. They're going to give up crossing routes, underneath. I think like I said, both teams are going to score their points. And I think, every week we can say the same thing about Nebraska. Get rid of penalties, get rid of turnovers, you win the game. Special teams in there, that's easy to clear. You can easily correct your special teams problem by never kicking a field goal and never kicking a PAT and going for 2 and going for touchdowns. That's what I do. That's why I'm paid the big bucks. I think the key in this game comes down to who's going to give up explosive plays. Is Nebraska... on offense for Michigan State, is Kenneth Walker going to get loose for long runs? Long touchdown runs. That's what Nebraska has to guard against. And then they have to worry about, crunching up too much to the line and getting hit with play action passes. On the Sparty side, they have to worry about, honestly, Samari Torre and Omar Manning and Xavier Betts, and I don't think Oliver Martin's back this week. They have to worry about those guys going for big gainers. So key to this game, explosive plays. I think Nebraska gets more of them. I think they pick off Payton Thorne for his first interception of the year. I think Nebraska wins this game I said something on the podcast, and I don't even remember what it was, but I know it's around 31-27 or 31-24, Nebraska win. I don't really think it's an upset because I don't think Michigan State has played very good teams. I'm not going to say that it's all smoke and mirrors, but we're going to find out. I mean, every week we college football, we find out more about our teams. And this is another referendum game for the Scott Frost era. That's what it is. So if we lose this, everything it goes to hell. We should burn things down or burn them up. There's an argument. And, have to, burn up Scott Frost or burn him down too. Nebraska wins this one in East Lansing, where there's shit tons of Nebraska fans showing up for the game. Take care of yourselves. Go Big Red.